Welcome to the deep dive. We take huge amounts of information and really boil it down into insights you can actually use.
Hmm.
Today, we're looking at something that's, well, statistically pretty common, but feels incredibly personal and often just awful when you're in it. Divorce.
Yeah,
It's rarely just, a number. It feels more like your whole world is a snow globe. Someone just shook like
it
crazy.
really is disorienting. You're trying to do everyday things, but your head, your heart, they just feel totally adrift.
Overwhelming, absolutely. And that's exactly why we're diving into Dawn Dais's book, The Schulch No One Tells You About Divorce. It's super honest, kind of funny, too.
It is.
Our goal here is to give you a bit of a shortcut through that really complicated journey. We're pulling out the surprising bits, the relatable truths, the practical stuff from her own experience and her divorce squad.
Yeah, the squad wisdom is key.
And the main message is just so important. You're not crazy, you're not permanently broken, you're just getting through a ridiculously hard time, and crucially, there is a way through it all.
Definitely. And Dawn frames divorce, no matter why it happens, as a real-life explosion.
An explosion.
Yeah, like the whole family unit just detonates, stuff goes flying everywhere, and you honestly have no idea when or even if it'll settle down again.
Wow, that's a strong image. Did her own divorce feel that explosive? Or did she manage to keep it calmer at first?
Well, initially, she really tried. Tried to keep the split with her wife, Elizabeth, smooth. Even agreed to move out herself to avoid that explosion. Keep things amicable.
Okay.
But then came the trigger. Elizabeth met someone new, fell in love. And that's when Dawn said she just, quote, went a little nuts and blew them the F up.
Whoa.
Yeah. And even though she started the split and thought she'd feel relief,
Yeah.
that announcement just unleashed like everything, all the emotions. It was the start of really processing the years together and facing losing half her time with the kids. That hit hard.
So that explosion, it led to, what, screaming matches? Nearly breaking the mediator?
Oh, yeah. Total push-pull dynamic. But the crazy thing is, after years of them dragging their feet on the divorce details,
Yeah.
they actually got the whole agreement done in about a month. Right in the middle of all that chaos.
Seriously.
A month!
Yeah. It kind of suggests that sometimes maybe that big blow up is what you need to actually move things forward.
Huh. Never thought of it like that.
And when you look at her divorce squad stories, there's this common thread. Even though the details are all different, everyone feels like everything falls the F apart.
Right.
Lots of divorces get triggered by something big, a rattling event like cheating or mental illness, financial stuff.
Sure.
But often the relationship itself was kind of crumbling way before that big event.
That reminds me of her paper towel story. I found that so relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Just how these tiny things, like her partner not throwing away a used paper towel,
Yeah.
weren't just annoying little habits.
Mm.
They were signs of, like, deeper stuff.
Mm.
Resentments that just built up and were never dealt with. Exactly. It's a perfect example of what she calls the long goodbye. That process of digging through all those moments, big and small, recent or ancient,
Mm.
when you started moving away from your partner emotionally. And she says that digging isn't just about figuring out what went wrong then.
It's for the future, too.
Yeah, it's crucial for doing better next time, building healthier relationships going forward.
Okay, so the explosion happens. Life feels like it's gone, as she puts it, ass over tea kettle. How do you even start to cope?
She has some do's and don'ts, right?
She does. Very practical stuff for just surviving that immediate blast.
What shouldn't you do?
Okay, don'ts. Definitely avoid big financial moves like buying or selling a house. Gotta protect your credit.
Smart.
Don't text or call the ex when you're super emotional. Don't lose your temper in those, really critical moments.
Easier said than done sometimes, I bet.
Totally. And she also warns against jumping into a serious relationship right away. Her words, don't bring another poor soul into this shit show.
Oh, and a very specific one. Don't get bangs. Apparently, it scares the kids.
Noted. No bangs. Okay, what about the do's? What should you do?
Top of the list, therapy. Probably lots of it.
Makes sense.
Calling friends, getting together with them, that counts as therapy too. She loves rage journaling. Just get it all out on paper. Says the page will gather up all your anger and keep it safe.
I like that.
And maybe, make out with a stranger. Live a little, she says.
Okay.
And more consistently, start walking or running, followed by takeout. Helps create a bit of a routine, some structure.
It really sounds like a unique survival guide for when everything's upside down. Okay, so you're managing the immediate fallout, but then there's telling people, right, divorce announcement. That sounds awkward.
It can be super awkward. How do you tell everyone your life just got blown up.
So what did Dawn do?
Pretty clever, actually. She mostly skipped the one-on-one chats,
Oh,
went straight for mass communication, social media, and Christmas cards with just her and the kids in the photo.
wow. The Christmas card move. Bold.
Covered a lot of ground with one simple card, she said. And for everyone else, the news just kind of spreads. The grapevine effect saves a lot of explaining.
And she compared it to coming out as gay, that constant explaining.
Yeah, exactly. That feeling of having to repeatedly clarify your new status. People ask, what does your husband do? And you're like, oh, well, divorced. And she's a woman. I'll add you to the Christmas card list.
That sounds exhausting, just constantly re-explaining.
It really highlights how you're adapting to this whole new identity in the world.
Okay, let's shift to something she calls aggressively odd. The living situation changes. Moving out, splitting homes. It's such a physical symbol of the marriage ending.
Totally. And it can be brutal. One woman in her divorce squad, her ex, took almost all the furniture, even her bed.
No way.
Yeah, left her in this nearly empty house. She used a folding table for dining. Felt, as she put it, literally and figuratively emptied out.
Oh, that's rough. And Dawn's experience, she moved out first, right?
Yeah, moved just down the street, like 45 seconds away from the family home she loved. Then ended up in an extended stay hotel for 2 months.
An extended stay with kids.
Yep. She joked it was like being a rock star or Lindsay Lohan, but quickly added, a lot less drugs and a lot more kids doing virtual school on the sofa bed.
I can picture it. Surrounded by, interesting smells and guests.
An eclectic mix, she called it.
Oh,
So that journey back to feeling settled somewhere, that's huge for healing.
definitely.
When Dawn eventually moved back into her original house, less than a year later, she said it felt almost foreign.
Really? Foreign?
Yeah, because a different version of me lived there before, so she actively changed it. Painted walls, new kitchen backsplash, bright cabinets, made it hers again.
And that helped her reclaim that sense of peace.
It did. But the real moment came later. Months after moving back in, she heard the garage door slam.
Okay.
Normally that sound meant her ex arriving, triggering tension. But this time she realized, oh, it's just the kids. And in that exact moment, her whole body just relaxed. That simple sound, the garage door, it signified peace had returned. The house finally felt like home again. Her home.
That's powerful. It really shows how hard it is to figure out who you are again after being a we for so long.
Totally unexpected difficulty. So
Yeah.
her advice is, make your space comfortable. Make it explicitly you. Rediscover your style. Purge the old stuff.
Right.
But the deeper insight, home exists wherever your people are and where they feel safe and happy.
Yeah.
Like her kids playing Floor's Lava in that tiny hotel room. Shows that peace. It doesn't need much square footage to grow.
That's a great point. Okay, so beyond the physical space, you need people. Dawn talks a lot about assembling your divorce squad, your team.
Absolutely essential. You need people to rally around you.
Who's on the team? What roles do they play?
Okay, first, you need your ear. At least one person who will just listen to all your shit.
Yeah.
Their main job is saying stuff like, I know, you're totally right, and that is some bullshit, just pure validation.
Crucial. Who else?
Then, you're no bullshit, bud. This is the friend who won't just coddle you. They'll tell you the hard truths, help you look at your own stuff so you can build something better.
Important, but maybe tough to hear sometime.
Definitely. Then you need your conference call, a group, maybe on Zoom, maybe in person, pajamas and wine optional,
Love it.
where you can just hash stuff out together, like a roundtable discussion. And finally, your in-person people, the ones who see the real mess up close and still show up.
That's a solid squad. Now, a big part of support for many is therapy. Dawn mentions trying different kinds.
Yeah, she had mixed results with couples therapy, co-parenting therapy, even joked they broke more than one therapist.
Oh, dear.
But individual therapy, that was crucial for her. The key, she found, is getting the right therapist.
What does that mean, the right one?
Someone who's supportive, but also stern. Doesn't judge you, but also doesn't let you get away with your own, well, bullshit.
Okay, supportive but firm.
And she makes a really good point. Your friends aren't your therapists. They deserve happy hours that aren't just sad monologues about your divorce. Therapy is that dedicated, professional space to unpack everything without, overwhelming your friends.
That's fair. Did she feel therapy actually, worked? Made a difference?
Yeah, she describes this shift in the middle of it. going from constant anger, that ire, to feeling like things were starting to heal, scabbing over. Her blood pressure literally calmed down.
Wow. Tangible change.
And her divorce squad echoed that. Therapy helped them with co-parenting, helped them feel sane when maybe their ex was telling a different story,
Right.
and helped them figure out why they were attracted to certain types to avoid repeating mistakes.
Okay, let's tackle the elephant in the room for divorced parents. Co-parenting, Dawn calls it. What was it?
The worst group project ever.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out.
Uh-huh. Okay. And she says it's often the hardest, longest lasting part of divorce.
Absolutely. It lingers. And she admits they made a mistake early on.
Mm-hmm.
After their split, which was amicable at first, they stayed too intertwined. They didn't immediately set up new, clear boundaries for co-parenting. Made things messier later.
So how do you do it? How do two people who, as she says, are polar opposite humans who speak different languages and gave up on their marriage suddenly learn to work together for the kids?
It takes work, conscious energy to meet in the middle. She calls it constant, tedious, sometimes volatile work.
Doesn't sound easy.
It's not magic. It's pushing boundaries, messing up, resetting, and just starting again from today, over and over and over again. Her main strategy, accept and adjust. Instead of banging your head against the wall trying to force something, adjust the plan, adjust your expectations, adjust your reactions.
Control what you can control.
Exactly. And always, always remember why you're doing it for the kids, even if you need to go scream into a closet first.
Been there, metaphorically speaking.
Right.
What about the Disneyland parent thing? That pressure to make your time super fun?
Oh yeah, that urge to overcompensate. Win the kids over, or maybe just distract yourself from feeling sad.
Right.
Dawn shifted away from that. Instead of planning nonstop activities, she aimed for being 50% on.
50% on.
Meaning she let her kids, who were kind of homebodies anyway, take the lead more. Just chilling together, saying yes to simple stuff, crafts, reading, dance parties, because she finally had the energy again to actually enjoy it, not just force it.
That sounds healthier. But she also talks about the pain of lost time, right?
The grief of lost time. That empty nest vibe when the kids are at the other parent's house. And that stabbing feeling when they come back talking about things you missed.
Ooh.
And she's clear. It's not jealousy of the ex. It's grief. Grief for losing half of their childhoods because the marriage didn't work. That's heavy.
Yeah, that really hits home. But there's an upside to the quiet house, too.
Paradoxically, yes. Losing that time means the house gets really quiet. Can feel like an isolation booth.
Yeah.
But it also gives you all the time in the world.
Okay, so how did she use that time? Did it just feel empty or did she make it productive?
She totally flipped it. Turned that solitude into productive time. She decided to kick the shit out of her to-do list.
Like what?
Adulting like a motherfucker, she says. Laundry, buying gifts way ahead of time, deep cleaning the house, getting the oil changed in the car. All the stuff you struggle to find time for usually.
Getting stuff done. I get that.
But also, crucially, self-care and adult fun. Finally having time for workouts, sleeping in, actual dinners with friends, hiking, climbing mountains.
And
yes, making out with quite a few people.
it was about rediscovering things she used to do before kids, before marriage, like grabbing a drink after work spontaneously.
Yeah.
Or just doing nothing, having downtime.
Reclaiming yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
so eventually, dating. Belly flopping into the dating pool, as she puts it. That sounds daunting.
Especially because dating has changed so much. Online dating, she calls it the Wild West.
How so?
Well, it's efficient, right? Swipe through 25 people in a minute. But the photos, oh my God.
Haha. What kind of photos? Outlandish photos. Bathroom selfies, car selfies, people holding random animals, birds on shoulders, leashed turtles.
A leashed turtle.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Or dead animals, big fish, deer they hunted. You know the type.
Oh, I know the type. What else? Profile nightmares.
The literal flexes, like guys showing off muscles or fancy cars.
Yeah.
The bios that are either super deep and trying way too hard or super shallow and tell you nothing.
Filters. Don't forget the filters where you can't even see their face.
Oh, the filters. And the truly weird ones. Cartoon filters, someone in a pink latex bodysuit,
Yeah.
a woman dressed like a 1950s housewife holding a meat cleaver.
Okay, that's specific. And slightly alarming.
It's a jungle out there. Her tip for actually talking to people online, use the improv rule. Yes, and.
Yes, and.
Validate what they said, then add something more to keep the conversation going. Don't just give one-word answers or even has a two-message rule. If they can't hold a conversation after 2 messages, she's out.
Smart filter. Okay, beyond just dating, what about when new partners enter the picture? Your replacement, she calls them. That sounds like it complicates things.
O can really F with the math, as she says. Big time.
How did it play out for her?
She talks about feeling intense jealousy when her ex's new girlfriend connected instantly with her kids. Like, this woman seemed practically perfect, Mary Poppins-like.
Ouch.
And it felt like this new person was gaining them right when Dawn felt like she was losing half her time. Led to awkward stuff, like a forced, messy modern family hug at school.
Yikes. So her advice...
If you're the first one to partner up, just be mindful of how that might feel for your ex.
Yeah.
And generally, keep your kids out of the equation for as long as possible. Let things settle.
Good advice. What about your own first relationship after the split?
That first post-split relationship, she says it often happens really fast or way later, no in between.
What was hers like?
She shares this really raw story about dating Julia, who hadn't dated women before. Dawn was in this fragile whatever phase.
Yeah.
Led to this super intense fast-fire connection. And Dawn admits she grabbed on way too tight. Julia became the only thing that made her happy.
Oh boy. That sounds like a recipe for something.
Yeah. The hard truth Dawn realized was that she was actually really depressed. And Julia was like her buoy, just keeping her afloat.
So the breakup...
It hurt more than the marriage ending, even though it was short. Because Dawn felt it was mostly my fault. But looking back, it was exactly what was necessary to push her to actually heal herself, not rely on someone else.
Wow. So based on that, what's her advice for dating after divorce?
First, relax. Breathe. Let go of expectations. Think of first dates as just practice rounds.
Okay.
Second, take charge. Be proactive. If you feel a connection, ask for a kiss. Don't wait around.
Nice.
Third, don't settle. Trust your gut. If the kiss is bad, don't try to force it on date 2. Life is short.
Amen.
Fourth, be careful with love bombs. You know, when someone comes on super strong, super fast, take it nice and slow. Be realistic.
Good one.
And maybe the most provocative, be slutty.
Be slutty.
Yeah, she means embrace a non-selective hoe phase. If you need that physical connection, that emotional release after feeling battered and broken, go for it without judgment.
Interesting. Okay. Any other practical tips?
Yes. Make lists. Green flags, the good personality traits you want. And red flags, the toxic stuff from your ex or past relationships you absolutely need to avoid. Be specific.
Lists. Good idea. Okay. Switching gears drastically. The legal stuff. Lawyers, costs. Dawn says it gets expensive fast.
Oh, yeah. Lawyers, accountants, court battles. She says lawyers' eyeballs basically turn into dollar signs. And the math is often backwards. You fight like hell for what feels fair, pay a ton in legal fees.
Yeah.
And you can end up with less than if you just settled for a slightly less than fair amount through mediation earlier on.
Because the legal fees ate it all up.
Exactly. Plus the time cost. She
Yeah.
knows friends who spent hundreds of thousands, but also years fighting, physically and mentally exhausting.
So mediation is generally better, even though she and her ex almost broke their mediator.
They stuck with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the alternative full-on litigation, lawyers, accountants was just too expensive and would drag on forever.
But lawyers can be helpful sometimes.
Definitely. Despite the reputation, she says divorce lawyers can be really kind and helpful. They can talk you off several different ledges.
Oh, so...
They give logical advice, detached from all the emotion. They know the system. They can tell you realistically what your chances are. They're an asset, used wisely.
Okay. So the bottom line is...
Do the math.
Yeah.
Sit down, maybe with a clear-headed friend or advisor. List everything you want from the divorce. Circle the absolute must-haves. And be honest about where your ex is going to fight you. Remember, the equation includes both dollars and heartburn. Choose your battles wisely.
Dollars and heartburn. I like that. Okay, so we've been through the explosion, the messy middle, the rebuilding. What about the new you at the end of all this?
Well, she reframes that idea.
Yeah.
It's not about becoming some totally different person. It's more like making your way back to just me. The person you were before life, marriage, kids, maybe disability, just weighed you down. Divorce is a chance to rebuild, but in better ways.
Making your way back to yourself. I like that better. How did she do it? She had a sort of midlife crisis checklist, right? Maybe a healthier version.
Kind of. An unconventional list of things that helped her heal. Included some ill-advised online shopping.
Detail therapy.
Yep. Delivered by the dopamine fairy, she calls it. Also, dancing around in her underwear, screaming Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know.
Classic.
Crying and screaming into pillows. Purging social media of the ex. Getting rid of old gifts with bad memories.
Cathartic. Any vices involved?
Haha, yes. She bought a gigantic cherry red Chevy Tahoe. Found she was a very cheap date with wine. and had that adventure with weed gummies that led to late-night munchies and giggling.
Sounds like she was trying everything.
Pretty much. But the really profound stuff involved physical and mental release.
Yeah.
Hiking, sometimes just sitting and breathing deep. Running, which she still hated but did it with meditation apps.
Okay.
And the big one for her, finding her cheer-ofs in boxing.
Boxing. As therapy.
Absolutely. She mentions the science, bilateral movement helping process trauma.
Right, right.
But also just the simple, amazing feeling of hitting the shit out of things, releasing all that frustration. She said after 2 years of hitting the bag, she found this incredible sense of calm and stillness inside.
Wow. Punching her way to peace.
Kinda, yeah. Which leads to the final pieces, letting go and forgiveness.
That's hard stuff.
Definitely. She talks about breathing out the bullshit.
Right.
Making a conscious choice every day to just let the frustration go.
Oh.
By accepting her ex was not going to change.
Yeah.
And shifting focus entirely to what she could control. Her own reactions. That internal shift gave her back control when everything felt like it was spinning.
What kind of bullshit did she need to breathe out?
Specific stuff. The bullshittery.
Yeah.
Just her ex's annoying habits.
Yeah.
The different kid rules, accepting she couldn't control parenting 50% of the time. The competition, letting go of that need to keep score with the ex.
Stop comparing journeys.
Exactly. You do you. Her path was her path. Maybe a marathon compared to his sprint. Healing looks different for everyone.
And forgiveness. Forgiving the ex, forgiving yourself.
That's often the last step, she says. And maybe the most important. Forgiveness isn't saying what happened was okay. It's letting go of the hope that the past could be different.
Ooh, that's good. Letting go of the hope the past could be different.
Yeah. And remembering marriage is a two-person job. It's rarely 100% one person's fault. Forgiving yourself is part of it, too.
So, wow, we've covered a lot. From that initial explosion, through the chaos, finding your space, building the squad, co-parenting, dating, lawyers, and finally that transformation back to yourself.
It's a huge journey. And it's so important to remember, like Dawn says, it's not linear. You're going to feel like a wipeout contestant.
Battered, off balance.
Totally.
Yeah.
Revisiting stages you thought you were done with. But like those contestants, you just have to brush everything off and keep going.
Keep getting back up. For our final thought today, think about a swimming lesson. You know how kids are terrified, but they learn they can float if they just relax and trust the water? Maybe you can do that too. Release that death grip of fear and tension that divorce clamps down on you. Just allow yourself to be still for a moment. Exhale. Let life unfold a bit.
Trust the process.
Trust yourself. You are capable. You are doing it even when it feels impossible. And Dawn's message is clear. There are so many great things waiting for you on just the other side of your heartbreak and fear.
Absolutely.
So keep moving forward. Keep punching if you need to. Keep finding your chi.